Okay. Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Human Service Committee meeting to order. I'm Jan Burdick, Chairman. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can we have roll call, please?
Mrs. Burdick.
Here.
Mrs. Ricketts-Wales.
Here.
Mr. Barnes.
Present.
Mr. Bissett. Mrs. Hanchett.
Here.
Mr. Healy.
Here.
Mrs. Root.
Here.
And Mr. Harris. 6 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. And can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Hanchett will move.
Root will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's carried. And a motion to approve the August 20th meeting minutes, please?
Ricketts-Wales.
Root will second.
Any corrections or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And we will start with Anita Masson, Director for Office of the Aging. Welcome, Anita.
Thank you. The first thing on our agenda is the monthly report. There's just a couple of things I'd like to highlight. Telephone calls at our front desk this month, and this is for the July month, 2,219 calls at the front desk versus the same time last year at 1,875. If you look straight across, you'll see the totals, and this is to the month to date. So at this time in 2024, we had a total of 11,947 calls, and already in 2025, we're at 14,626 calls, to give you an idea. The other thing we'd like to highlight is our ADCSI and caregiver services, 215 units of service this month versus this time last year at 142 units of service. And that is our general caregiving as well as our ADCSI, which is the Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Initiative. Any questions on the monthly report?
Those numbers are impressive. Not sure, good way or bad way.
It's very busy, which is a good thing.
Yes. All right, if there's no questions, we'll move on to your MOEs.
Okay. The first one on our agenda, we are asking or requesting a resolution from the board to approve an amendment to a contract with the County of Chautauqua for our SNAP Education program. This contract was dated for July 1st, 2023. And the office also requests that the chairman of the board is authorized to sign this document. The amendment does extend the term of the original agreement from September 30th, 2025 to October 31st, 2025, and it increases the total amount payable up to $72,267 for services during the period of July 1st, 2023 to October 31st, 2025. The rest of the terms in the agreement remain still in force and not affected. This is actually accounted for in our 2025 budget underneath our SNAP Ed.
We have a motion to approve that.
Hanchett will move. Ricketts-Wales, second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
That's carried, thank you.
Thank you. Our next item is we are requesting a resolution to enter into a contract with Elderwood of Cornell. This contract period is January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. The rate is $476 for a private room and $439 for a semi-private room for a 24-hour stay. This contract will be for respite services to provide temporary placement for caregivers who are in need of respite. And we have this underneath a number of funding streams. I'm just going to tell you what all of those numbers stand for. So it is ISEP 3E, which is our caregivers, ADCSI, which is our Alzheimer's, and unmet needs.
Can we have a motion to? Yes,
Root
Yeah,
will
I'll
make a
second.
motion to approve.
we need a second. Mr. Healy? Okay, Mr. Barnes?
Yes, and the dates on this, January 1st, 25 to 12/31/25. Why are we approving this now for
The rates
25?
will increase in January, so all of the rates for home care or licensed agencies will go up in January. So if I did a contract that would span into 2026 at all, the rate wouldn't be effective. So we just kept it with a normal contract year. Individuals will be needing this service before the end of this year, and then we will do a renewal for 2026 with whatever new rates they have if they're interested in entering into a
Would
contract.
that be done early in the year? Or?
Yep, so we're already working on sending those contracts to legal for prior approval.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this a new contract, or you've contracted with Elderwood before, haven't you?
We have contracted in previous years. We don't typically go out for a contract unless we have the need, and so we do have some individuals who are looking for respite, and they have certain locations that for conflict of interest, they don't want to attend or send their loved one to. So this gives our caregivers options.
Any other questions? All in favor? Aye. And that's carried. And then we have another one for the GO-GO.
Yep, so the next contract, our next item is we are asking for a resolution to enter into an agreement with GO-GO Technologies Incorporated to offer on-demand transportation services for authorized users as a third-party platform. And this is for the rideshare platform. The term for this is September 1st, 2025 to August 31st, 2026. We're looking to, the agreement was actually to allow us to add funds into our GO-GO grandparent account that has been established by the New York State Office for the Aging with GO-GO. And this will allow us to add funds to that. We are looking to add $20,000 to expand our services.
Can we have a motion for this one?
Ricketts Swales.
A second?
Hancher will second.
Any comments? Yes.
I just, so this is the one where if people need a ride and they don't have any other resources, this will step in.
Correct.
But it could be any, like, transportation. It's not necessarily GO-GO Technologies, is it? Or-
The agreement, so the company is GO-GO, and that's where the account lives that we would be putting the money
Okay.
into. And the platform is a platform that we do the scheduling through.
I see, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
the third-party vendor.
Anita, you've seen an increase in use of this, correct?
We've seen an increase in use and an increase in need. Right now, we have a couple people who are waiting for additional funds to be able to be added.
Thank you. Yes?
Legislator Burdick, we're also requesting that for this resolution, just that the chairman of the board be authorized to enter into to this agreement, subject to the review of the terms and conditions by my office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So note that that needs to be added. All right, any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
And that's carried, thank you. And we have one more.
And one more. So this is a request for a resolution to enter into a contract with Houghton Rehab and Nursing for respite services for the period of January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. The daily rate for a 24-hour stay at this facility is $473 for a private room and $465 for a semi-private room. It is for temporary placement to relieve individuals who are caregiving and provide respite services, again, through ISEP, caregivers, ADCSI, and unmet needs.
Healy,
Make
move
the
it.
motion.
All right, Healy and Rue. Any questions or comments on this?
I do.
Yes, Mr. Bissett?
So I was going to ask this on the last one. So as Legislator Barnes asked about the date, January 1st, 2025, why isn't it dated like September 1st instead of January 1st?
We could do a contract for just a couple months and then do another contract. It just followed the
I
contract
mean, you weren't
years.
going to follow through past 2025
No,
because it changed the rates.
correct.
So since we're approving it now, it's almost like we're backdating anything, then anything that needs to be paid for that we didn't approve. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I don't believe that we have any vouchers ahead of time that have gone through without a contract. We do
Okay.
have people in October who are looking to go for respite.
That's where my concern
In
is. It's
September.
like, why wouldn't it be just from this point forward that we're approving?
If the board wants me to change that, we can,
Yeah, that's
and see
exactly
if
the
they'll
same
enter
thing.
into a contract for just a couple months instead of, I
That's
think it
exactly
would
the
have
same.
to
Well,
go
if you-
back though,
if-
wouldn't it?
If
Would
you
it
can
have to go
verify
back
there's
to
no
them?
there's no payments that need to be made before this date, then I'm fine with it. But if there's payments out there before this date,
Right.
then
So-
why wouldn't it have been brought to us first?
So you can make a motion to amend the MOE to change the date to September 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. And then if you want to go back to the Elder Ward one and do the same, you can do that as well.
I would like to make that motion to change
So
this one
second?
Okay,
to
does everybody-
September 1st.
All right. Does everybody understand what's being said? Okay. I don't think this is unique to Office of the Agent. I think we've seen this with other departments where they've presented us contracts that are dated from January through
Right.
December. So this isn't something new. I just want to clarify that we have seen it before.
Well, that's absolutely true, but it doesn't mean that it was correct.
Well, maybe it's something that all the department heads need to look at with the county attorney and county administrator when they draw these up in the future, so everybody's doing the same.
The one comment I will make, though, Chairman Burdick, is that sometimes with some of these agreements, we do have to look if they're contingent upon acceptance of a grant agreement. Sometimes we do have to go back to the date that the grant funding started. So sometimes even though we may be entering the agreement in March or April, we have to go retroactively back to January 1st of that year, if that's when the grant funds were received, and then that's when the grant agreement started that we're using the funds from. So there are exceptions sometimes when we would have to go back to that retroactive date, or if, as Mrs. Madison said, if we do have retroactive payments that we do have to make, and we're just, and the agreement technically started in January, but we just haven't gotten it approved until March. So it'll be a case-by-case basis, but we'll discuss that more as they're coming through.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
I have a question. So do we know that that in fact is that the grant funding, the date of the grant funding on this one, before we vote on it to change the date? Do we know when the grant funding came in? So perhaps the January 1st date is the correct date before we go and change it?
This isn't a grant.
Do you want me to answer this? Okay, I just didn't know. So for both of these contracts, we have multiple funding streams that are tied to that because we don't take all of these grants out of one. So I would have to go back because we actually have this spread against 4 grants. So I would have to go back, 2 of them are state, the other one is state with the New York State Department of Health, and the other one is a federal. So they all have different grant periods. So, did that explain it well enough, do you think? Terry, do you have it pulled up?
I do not have it pulled up. I would recommend on changing the date because I don't want to get stuck going back to January and having a client or a vendor who has now heard this conversation think that we're going to modify a rate back to January. That's my opinion on it. But it'd probably be better to start from now. Are you planning on paying the new rates now this year?
Yes. These rates are the 2025 rates. January 1st, there will be new rates, which we don't have in yet
So
from the facilities.
again, have you paid bills to this vendor from January to now?
No. Not for either one of those not to my knowledge, no.
So so unless the treasurer says otherwise legally, I would say that we would, these amendments starting for September 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025 would be appropriate, unless the treasurer.
What is one of the vendor numbers? Houghton?
Chair.
Is that what you said?
Houghton Nursing.
I have no problem
look.
withdrawing that motion.
I thought it actually came down to when the funding came, not if you had any charges to this. If the funding, the 3 sources of funding came in January, then that's why this was dated back to January. It was my understanding.
I would think, just to be safe, we'd want to leave the dates the way they are.
Yeah.
And then starting in January of 2026, a new contract from January to December.
Yes,
Would
that would
that-
be,
Would that be?
Chair.
Yes.
Can I recommend you entertain a motion to enter executive session for purposes of discussing employment history of a particular individual?
All right.
Healy will
someone-
move that.
Pacetto, second.
All right, we are moving into executive session.